The deed has been done and the worst has happened as IGP, Inspector General of Police, recommends the suspension of Abba Kyari. The Super Cup has been suspended with immediate effect. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Alkali Baba, has recommended the immediate suspension of DCP Abba Kyari, the head of the Police Intelligence Response Team (IRT), from the service of the Nigerian Police, pending the time and outcome of an ongoing internal investigation touching on him. Recall last week, DCP Abba Kyari was indicted by a U.S. court sitting in California over alleged involvement in internet fraud of over $1.1 million with Ramoni Abbas, popularly known as Hush Puppy, where it was alleged that Hush Puppy swindled a Qatari businessman trying to set up a school in Qatar. DCP Abba Kyari has since denied any involvement in the said internet fraud, whose victim was said to be a Qatari businessman. But the IGP, in his letter to the Police Service Commission dated 31st July 2021, signed by the first Public Relations Officer, CP Frank Umba, the IGP noted that the recommendation for the suspension of the officer is in line with the internal disciplinary processes of the force. He revealed through the letter that the suspension is also expected to create an enabling environment for the NPF Special Investigation Panel to carry out its investigations into the weighty allegations against DCP Abba Kyari without interference. The suspension is without prejudice to the constitutional presumption of innocence in favor of the officer, he stated. Recall that the news had also reported that how Nigerians have reacted to the indictment of Mr. Kyari, with many calling for the extradition of the Super Cup. Just yesterday, in a statement by the Police Service Commission, it noted that a U.S. court cannot order the arrest of a non-citizen resident in Nigeria. The statement further revealed that only the PSC has prerogative power to either suspend, demote, or dismiss an hearing officer. The Arewa youth and the former Minister of Aviation, FFK, among others, have also thrown their weight behind the embattled cop, stating that he is innocent and shouldn't be extradited. All you read, DCP Kyari, Arewa you blow out and take swipes at court. Well, a four-man panel has been set up by the IGP to investigate the FBI's indictment of DCP Abba Kyari. The panel is expected to do a thorough review of documents sent to Nigerian Police Force (NPF) by the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI). The Special Investigation Panel (SIP), comprising 4 senior police officers, is headed by DIG Joseph Egbunike, the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of the Force Criminal Investigations Department (FCID). The SIP inter alia is to undertake a detailed review of all the allegations against DCP Abba Kyari by the U.S. government, as contained in relevant documents that have been availed the NPF by the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI). The SIP is also to obtain a detailed representation of DCP Abba Kyari to all the allegations leveled against him, conduct further investigations as it deems fit, and submit recommendations to guide further actions by the force leadership on the matter, the letter stated. The Inspector General has, however, reaffirmed the commitment of the force to the rule of law and assured the police and public of the sanctity of the probe, as well as the absolute respect for the rights and privileges of the officer throughout the period of the investigation. This is coming from the IGP. Well, if there is a disclaimer, there's no problem. Well, IGP has suspended Abba Kyari from office as a police cop. Well, Kyari stands a snowball's chance in hell to take on the full might of the US law. I have always maintained from the beginning that he submits himself as soon as possible and try to cut a plea bargain deal with the US before that plea bargain window closes for him. The odds are all stacked against him. That's reports coming from comments Well, this is good development. He should also be investigated properly and prosecuted. If the case is that he collected money just to arrest Hush Puppy's accomplice, then that's not enough reason to extradite him, except he also took part in defrauding Americans. Even all those Yahoo boys who stayed here and defrauded Americans were never extradited. They were all prosecuted in Nigeria and served their times here, but monies were refunded to the owners in America. Even if Offshoppy had stayed here and got caught here, he will not be extradited as well. He will be prosecuted and serve his time here. Let's be sincere with emotions. Well, this is coming from a timid and black gullible Nigerian saying he should be extradited. You know, it is the FBI, you understand, that made the allegation, not EFCC. FBI made the allegation against him, and meanwhile Hush Puppy was in US, you know, when the interrogation was going on. And meanwhile, if you had told me that Hush Puppy contacted DCP Abba Kyari, who is a police officer, to help him arrest a member of his fraudulent team, Abba Kyari should have asked question: what business transpired between Hush Puppy and Chibuzo for him as a well decorated or a deputy commissioner of police to help you arrest just a single man, a common man, just to arrest just somebody. You never ask the question, but you guys have been talking. You even introduced your tailor to Hush Puppy for us to know that you guys are friends. From Hush Puppy's fraudulent proceeds, Abba Kyari has been involved in a scam all along, so there is no excuse, and your comment is invalid, does not hold water. Well, somebody said the only problem with prosecuting him in Nigeria is he is Fulani and his name is Abba Kyari and Buhari is in charge. With all these pointers, he may escape punishment even if he is guilty, just like other criminal Fulanis have escaped justice under Buhari. But in this case, Abba Kyari stand no chance to regain any freedom. He needs to go and answer for his crime, because the Federal Bureau investigation are not EFCC, and the allegation is coming from US, and the person that was defrauded is not a Nigerian person or a Nigerian victim. And meanwhile, United States of America and Nigeria has an agreement for extradition, which is the treaty, extraditing treaty. Yeah, they have it, so they can extradite him to go and answer for his query. But notwithstanding, he is not proven guilty until court gives its verdict over Abba Kyari. But what he needs to do now is to go and defend himself. Now that the IGP has suspended him, let's see how this whole thing unfolds. Yes, you are listening to Independent TV 7.